I wake up, I groan, and I swing my legs up the side of the bed and start to get dressed.
That is how every one of my days proceeds as well. So.
It's on our throat, right? This horrible thing.
Yeah, you feel swelling on your throat.
I'm gonna croak and groan and be very, very unhappy about that. I'm gonna start my day as Henry always does. If you'll permit me a little bit of entirely inconsequential rule breaking, I'm going to use just a dash of disguise self, just to touch up Henry's roots, just to make sure that he's keep the grey hairs away. That's his morning routine. Waste a little bit of magic in that, but not actually spending a spell slot. And
Of course, wouldn't have it any other way.
so, it's just the tiniest little sprinkle of magic, and then get dressed, head downstairs, looking for breakfast.
Yeah, I pull on my mask, pull on my robes, itch at my throat a little bit as the cloth passes over it, and I walk out my door, head out to the common room. Henry, how did you sleep?
Tolerable. Aside from this bloody thing.
You're feeling it as well?
Yeah. I've actually got some honey downstairs. I think I need some honey and some ginger and some lemon and some mint. Just everything in one.
Yes, I seem to
I'm
have
sure I'll fix it right up.
come down with it as well. I'm out of potions, which may have helped, but maybe we can pick some up in town.
Yeah, let's hope so. Although, I'm guessing supplies might be running short at this point, but we can try.
Well, I don't think the farmers and peasants would have enough money to afford such things.
I don't know whether to hope for that or not.
Yeah.
I guess right now, for our benefit, I hope so, but... Oh.
I walk over to the bar and sit down. Can I have some eggs? 4 eggs.
Oh, absolutely, Governor. Coming right up.
Henry, sit.
I will pull up a stool.
And I stretch my arms and there's a crack at my neck.
Mostly just going to sit there, sort of constantly feeling the swelling and poking and playing around at my annoying neck. I will order every sort of soothing thing I can think of, all in one cup of hot water, which is definitely going to be disgusting and not work. But I'm everything I can think of.
And they will, with a strange look on their face, provide just this disgusting abomination in a cup.
So, Henry, how do you think we should approach the day?
Well, I just want to make sure we're not being... There's no obvious signs of anyone listening in, trying to eavesdrop on our conversation, anything of that nature.
No, people seem to not particularly be that interested. In fact, you guys are the only people in this establishment at the moment, aside from the chef and
cool.
proprietor.
Good. Just wanted to check. Well, I'm a bit concerned about what I mentioned yesterday, in that the Baron knew what's going on down in the Chandri. It makes me wonder: are they causing the sickness, or are they sort of... They can't be helping with the sickness, right? That Faithing must have been lying about that story.
I couldn't see it being any other way.
No, I don't know exactly. I don't see how putting people in vats of wax somehow helps with the disease.
No.
It begs the question: what's the Baron playing at, and why? I guess more pressingly for us, do about it. That's why I tried to hopefully he didn't mention it to anyone yesterday. I feel like if the Baron doesn't know we're suspicious, we might be able to find something. I mean,
Perhaps the Baron is under some kind of domination by the creature, by that lurker that we fought.
that's a thought.
And he is unknowingly helping them spread this disease.
There's more welcome thought than some of the others.
Yes.
We got this symbol of truth, which might be helpful. Just need to figure out how to use it best. Keep that in our back pocket, as it were. I mean, we'll go to the temple and have a word with them, but although I'm not sure they're going to remember much today. They didn't say yesterday.
Yeah. And my food having arrived, I dip my fork into my eggs and like gingerly bring it through my mask to my mouth.
I'm suffering through my concoction, but against all odds, it is actually at least helping me talk more normally.
And I lean in close to Henry. And we do also need to find out what's going on with the Baroness as to why she hasn't been sending letters home.
That is true. I mean, maybe on that one, we could just ask around and see what it's like for other. If anyone else has been trying to send letters out, if they haven't been able to, because it's not impossible that it was just that they actually are. She just can't send letters out because no one's coming to the village, right?
It could be.
It's
and
possible.
I gesture over to the barkeep, just 2 fingers. Sir, is it possible to send letters out of town?
Oh, I mean, possible, but the mail hasn't come for months. You would have to find someone to deliver personally.
Oh, why hasn't the mail service been here recently?
Oh, did Dallo throw? They've just refused to come.
Oh, they know of the disease.
Well, yeah, they've heard rumors a little bit.
Makes sense. Would you know if there's an alchemist or a herbalist in town that we could visit?
Yeah. There's Doris. She has her little hut there. I don't think it's quite up to what you city folk might expect, but it keeps us healthy. Just down the way. And he draws you a little map.
What bitter irony. All right, thank you, sir.
But don't tell the priest I sent you. He's a bit picky about these things.
I see. I won't. All right, Henry, what do you say we visit the alchemist?
Yeah, see if we can get some of this to clear up, at least as a start.
I think we should talk to the captain of the guard again. And then finally, we should perhaps request an audience with the Baron.
Yeah, still not quite sure how to tackle that. I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more before we went and spoke to him. I just can't figure out for the life of me where it comes.
Yes. It would be an information gathering exercise, and we can cloak it under the idea that we're here to report about the disappearances.
Yeah. Well, at least we've got something to report, so it's not going to be complete fib.
And I look down at my clothes, still covered in like the remnants of greasy wax. All right, and I shovel the last.
Their blood smattered as well, man. You eviscerated someone.
Yeah, I shovel the last of the eggs into my mouth, chewing nonchalantly.
The blood spatter is normal, though. The wax is unusual.
That's true. That's fair. Also, like just a fun fact, they had 4 HP. The guys that you killed, and the rule, and in text it was like, when they reach half health, they'll like flee or ask for mercy. I'm like, what? How on earth would that ever happen? 4 HP.
Yeah. 2 damage.
Only Stuart can do that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how the rules work. If I go up and slap somebody, do I give them 1 health since my strength modifier is -1?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that how that works? Just
Pretty
go around
sure.
slapping people and making them healthy.
I read the rules, right? Anyway, you guys can
All right,
yeah,
I get up from
move
my
on.
stool and head towards the exit.
Hey, I'll give that. You're not gonna pay, or you gonna stay again?
Can you put it on my tab? We'll be back.
All right.
Yeah, and I walk out the door following the map that he made us.
For sure. And following the map, you work your way downtown a little ways. It's quite a small downtown. It's just a block over, and you see this regular-looking shack with a nice little sign. Doris's Drugs.
Yeah, I gently push open the door.
Yes, hello. Welcome.
Doris, is it?
Yes, more tallow throat.
I hold open the door for Henry.
Yes, yes. If you both got it.
Yeah, so we're
Feels like it.
looking for restorative potions.
Well, I got stuff that makes it seem better for a day or two, but well, the only one that's had success, and I'll be honest with you, getting the cure on is the priest. But you can take a try. There's some tinctures over there. The cure helps with some of the symptoms.
And I lean into Henry. Henry, do you have any currency? I'm running quite low. I spent all of mine on ones.
You guys snagged something like 50 gold or something from the all the stuff. I assume you took all the stuff in the barrel from the.
I think
Uh,
so, yeah. I'll be honest, I wasn't really keeping track of money because it's sort of a one-shot
yeah,
thing.
no, I
I'm just
understand.
gonna have like
That would be
whatever
silly of you.
whatever sensible amount of money I have on me.
Yeah, you guys. I think it's 50 gold.
Awesome. Yeah, I got about 50 gold on me. Just have something in here. Can I wander over to the potions that she's pointing to and just have a quick cast over them and just try and figure out do they seem like, you know, proper potions that might do something?
They do not seem like proper potions. They do, however, seem like they would do something. You sense magic off them, but they don't look like the preparations you would expect, so they're not that reasonable to identify. Um,
All right, what do you think, Henry?
Joel, how if I was to cast the detect magic cantrip in the shop whilst examining wares, is that sort of an uncouth, not something that one would do, or is that just standard thing to easily just quietly do in a corner without anyone noticing?
I mean, it's normal enough. You can try it. Not many people can cast it, so you'll stand out for that reason, not because it's rude or anything.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't mind like marking myself as a user. I just yeah, I will just quickly little detect magic just to see what's going on, confirm that it's magic and looks,
Oh, you're a bit of a sorcerer, are we?
it's the odd trick here and there I picked up on the road. Nothing special, just a
All
few,
right.
mostly kids tricks really. Just something to entertain myself on the back of a wagon traveling round. You know how it is, but just the odd little tip or trick here. Now I think no, Lucian. I reckon these should do us all right for now.
Yeah, like I said, they'll help for a day or two.
That'll keep us going at least. No, it's we'll take them. Thank you very much, Doris.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can yeah, you can have let's see. You can probably get yourself remove sickness. I'm not exactly seeing exactly what this would do, but there's either remove sickness, which will take the effect away for the duration of the spell. So for 10 minutes, the influence of the effect would be gone if you purchased remove sickness. You also get a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against disease, knowledge, and thickened while under the spell for remove sickness. And you can get 2 of those, I guess, for 25 gold. Sorry, for the amount of gold you have. So here's the remove sickness spell, which would be applied via the potion.
Okay.
Which seems to be how this game does stuff.
10 minutes seems a bit harsh, but fair enough.
Look, I didn't write it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
trying
no,
to
I
do
know.
something
I know.
legit here, and that seems to be legit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, we'll grab them.
If you can find another level 1 spell that you think would be more appropriate, they would probably be there. But that seems the exact thing. So
Yeah, no, I can't see how a level 1 spell would be.
Well, I was thinking lesser restoration, but I had potions of. That just cures the ability
yes, I
damage.
suppose. I mean, yeah, it's wild that they would have. I suppose there'd probably be a lesser restoration.
Henry,
I would have expected that to just be in the potion table just by default.
Henry, should we buy the restorative ones then?
I mean, if that is an option, it sounds like it would.
Yeah, it would be an option.
All right, I'll take 50 gold pieces out of my purse and.
Wait, oh, that's restoration, lesser restoration. There it is, level 2. Yeah, no, that would be a level 2, Tim, unless a paladin cast it. And then the level 2 spells cost more. Level 2 potions cost. Spell level is here, like 400 gold.
Maybe we should.
I suppose you could barter for 1, but
maybe
that's all you need. So
maybe we should talk to the priest first, see if he can help us. And I make my way to the door.
Well, you drive a hard bargain. I guess I can let go of one of the lesser restorations, I guess.
All right, done. And I take out the 50.
All right.
Put them down one by one on the table. I take the potion.
I'm sure this village will be happy with you gone.
That's with us here. And I make my way to the door. Come, Henry.
Well, yeah.
And I
wander my way over, still scratching my irritated throat.
And I push the potion into your hands. I think you need this a little more than me.
I'll give it a go.
This is actually a risk. It only cures 1d4. So this might not get you all the way up. It's 50-50.
Oh, I see. So this cures up some of the charisma.
Yeah, 1d4.
1d4, yeah. Where remove sickness
you.
would cure all the effect, but only for 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, trying to bump them up a little bit seems more reasonable. Okay. Hey!
Oh boy.
Okay, cool. My charisma is back.
Start walking in the direction of the captain of the guard's house.
Yeah. As I drink down the potion. Oh.
Yeah, it tastes awful.
That's actually done the trick. That has. Probably only for a bit. I dare say I'll feed it tomorrow, but for now we're doing better.
I'm already walking away.
Like 100 yards ahead of you, muttering to yourself.
Well, I was walking along whilst chugging the potion.
All right. Well, now that you've alleviated some of your ailments, how would you like to proceed?
Yeah, I go up to the
Yeah, I
door of
will.
the captain of the guard's house.
Yeah, yeah. And
Rap on his door.
he opens it. He opens it gladly, having seen you come down the road. Oh yes, you've returned thither, Henry. Very good. Thank you again for my daughter. What can I do for you?
More than welcome. More than welcome. Well, we were happy to do you a good turn, but well, we feel like our business isn't quite concluded in the village. It's certainly
Mhm.
there's still a few problems around the place, and time
Yeah.
being, we're happy to keep helping out where we can, looking around some things. We thought we'd check in with you, see if you got any other pointers. We've got a few ideas as to things to look into, such like.
Do you have
But
any
yeah, trying to.
insights from the crime scene? Guards run it.
Oh, it's pretty inexplicable. I mean, we haven't actually gone back yet today. We'll look more closely, but well, well, none of us really, well, none of us know who the character is that you guys referring to, the Fey creature. Um, so well, some of us have a theory that maybe it's just come from the forest or something. But with the data throat and everything, well, some of the boys were saying, well, what if it's actually higher up? What if it's actually from inside the village or something? And some are saying that the fetch things summoned him. That's a popular one, it is. But I don't really see if the fetch things knew how to summon things. Well, we wouldn't be here,
No,
right? That would have been done. That would have been done before. That's not really. Why would they learn how
no,
to summon things now?
as you say, it's a popular enough story, but I don't think there's much to that. I mean, could have come from the forest. It could be someone in the village, but if so, we need to tread carefully to figure out who it is.
Yeah.
There were
Aside
a
from that,
few. Yeah, there were uh, down in the candle shop. Does that account for all the missing people, or are there still disappearances unaccounted for at this point? Do we know? I mean,
oh
we can go and
yeah.
have a look if you want.
Well, we haven't actually verified every single disappearance, but that's the ones we have on record. There, yeah.
Very good.
Okay,
Did you
fine.
manage to
So
catch
there's
up
no.
with Oana?
Sorry, Tim. Who is it? Awana?
I believe that was her name.
Oh, the wife of the. No, no, we haven't tracked her down yet. Well, we're expecting she'd be back at her homestead. Um, but no, I mean it's just the morning. It's a bit maybe you guys run 24/7, but around here we're used to a slightly slower pace. So, well, I was gonna head on out this afternoon.
I would be fast with her. Her disease was quite progressed.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good consideration. Well, we'll get the boys on it right away.
Yes, it's a good choice. I think Henry and I are going to go to the Baron and try to deep what happened here.
Yeah, yeah, you should know. He hasn't really done much for this whole missing disappearances. So may he be glad to know that that's been resolved.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I think you probably know. I don't. So one is is it worth just having a quick look at Lana's homestead, just in case there's anything there that we should report to the Baron with?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna,
mean,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
throw
much
this
in the
kid in
way
bed if he needs me
of
or
a.
something. But be right back.
Okay.
Man, it takes a long time to buy potions.
Apparently,
The
but I
shop
guess it
owner
doesn't
wants you
help
to
if you
fill
don't
out.
know.
They want you to fill out 18 forms, and
Yeah, forget your insurance number and then realize the address has changed. And then the fun that I had, it turns out my apartment has two postcodes.
Yeah, you got to change your address first. You got to go to the D. Yeah.
Sorry, what's
I wouldn't mind going to Anna's house, just taking a look around the place.
Not as much
Hey.
there, but we can have a quick poke round. I'm not much of a one for tracking, otherwise I'd offer to give you a hand trying to find her, but
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose. If you want, we can head on out right now. And he yells inside, hey, honey, I'm a head on out. Be back. I don't know. Probably I'll go right to the office after this. All right, let's go.
Lead on,
And if you
sir.
want to head on out now, he'll show you the way.
Yeah,
cool,
lead on.
yeah.
Yeah, and he takes you out of town across the river. It's a bit of a ways out, but at the edge of town, there's a little farm. It's got under an acre of prepared land, and the rest is just like woods and stuff. It doesn't look the most prosperous location. And he walks in. He says, Anna, I know it's probably been rough, but I've heard some terrible things have happened, and we're here to help. And he walks on over to uh to her the door and knocks on it.
I follow close behind.
Yeah, and inside you hear like muffled like, "Go away, I'm not home." And and then yeah, the guard is like, "Hey, yes, but well, I can hear you, and well, I've also heard that the Tato throats progress, and well, maybe we should take you off to the temple and maybe hear what you have to say while we're at it." I don't wanna. You just hear crying inside. It's just like, "Go away! It's not worth it."
I push him
Anyway,
aside, just gently, and kick in the door. Bang!
Okay, well,
yeah,
that's one way of doing it.
yeah, and inside you see what looks to be a two-room house. And this front room it's got sitting space, little cooking area on one side, and sort of like slumped on the floor against a wall by the stove. You see Owana with just an incredibly swollen throat. Hey, you've come to finish your business, have you?
Off to the temple with you. The disease is too advanced.
Mhm. Yeah, I suppose that's one way to finish things. Well, at least I was never not faithful. If I must be sacrificed, so be it. And then she kind of like sloughs over to you a little bit.
Yeah, and I
And
back up 2 steps and put my hand on the hilt of the sword. Not too close.
I said, so it's that sort of bad, yeah?
Before you go to the
I
temple,
never was one for dancing.
tell me, what can you tell me of that creature in the basement with
It'll close.
you? Sure.
Yes, well, but he promised us that, um, but actually, wait a minute. Well, he said that we are curing the village, actually, and that we need to help and get more people to support him. But I seem to remember that actually we've done terrible things to those people, haven't we?
Yes, they were boiling in
Well, I
vats of
didn't. I didn't do
wax.
anything. Well, I didn't do anything to those people. Actually, to Zilquist. And I was trying to help. Oh, but I didn't know this. And her rambling becomes somewhat less coherent.
And I shout, Owana! What did you do to those
Yes,
people in the basement?
I did nothing. I did nothing. I said all I said was that that Catalina would like to talk with them, or that we have a good deal on wax candles because Ilko said we need help to cure the tallow throat.
What was that creature doing in the basement? What do you know of him?
The Ilko's? Well, he was curing the tallow throat.
And pray tell, how was boiling vats of wax helping cure the tallow throat?
But I don't know how to cure tallow throat. How do you cure tallow throat?
How many people did you cure?
I, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's cured.
All right. None then. All right, Captain, I think she knows nothing. Henry?
Yeah, tend to agree.
All right. Captain,
Well, if you anyway,
would you be so kind as to take her to the
yes, yeah, that'd be reasonable actually. Maybe. Well, no offense. I'm not sure if you've exactly improved or not to the conditions. I'm quite confused here. So, oh no, how about we put you on this here cart and I'll take you to the temple, and they, begin the journey.
As they're heading out, I just want to just call out to Barna. Just where exactly did you bump into this Ilquos chap that was curing the tallow throat? Did he come and find you, or?
Oh, he found us, yeah. See, I was helping a little bit with the chandlery, and then one day, of course, comes and says that the Baroness told him that he has to take care of the throats and that he needs our help. So we were helping him from the chandlery.
The Baron, he said that the Baron told him, or he said that the Baroness?
The Baron. He said the Baron sent him.
I step into the homestead, cast my eyes about for anything of note.
Yeah, make an appropriate roll, probably perception.
16.
This does not appear to have been inhabited much over the past few days. It looks like Thane and Oana were spending the vast majority of their time elsewhere. It looks like a cold and decrepit home.
Sad. Seems they were spending most of their time in the chandlery.
Yeah.
All right. Off to the
Apparently
Baron's
taken
Manor.
in. I just don't understand why. I figured so, yeah.
Curious case.
Certainly is.
Right, I leave the house, head on the road back to town towards the Governor's Manor. The Baron's Manor.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys make your way to the Baron's Manor and are greeted at the front gate as before. Same guy, even.
And I push Henry forward. This is yours.
Did I know this guy's name down? No, don't think so. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We are here. Just doing the normal checks. Okay. We do have a map for you guys, so I'll move you guys over. Oh boy. I think it's here. No.
Zoom out and spy and everything.
Zoom out.
I don't think we're
Alright,
there.
this is it. This is the same map. I
is it?
just double use the map.
Oh, okay.
Hide areas. We don't need to be distracted by that crap. And the front entry as before. Boop. Hey, stop it. Reveal areas. And you guys have been here before. There we go. Can you guys, yeah, you guys still have control of your tokens and stuff, even in the black? You're over there. Okay, cool. All right.
I can't
And
see
you
my
arrive.
drag it, but
There we go.
I'm there
I've
now.
got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You guys arrive, and again, there's Lauren too, who meets you on door, and he recognizes you and nods. Welcome, Stars. How's the progress?
Okay.
Yeah, we've made a bit of progress, I think. It's, we thought that the Baron might like to be updated on a few little changes. We've recovered some of the missing villagers at any rate. Which,
Oh, yes, I'm sure the Baron would be most delighted to hear about that. Well, I'll see if he's free. Well, if you come with me, and he will take you back to the antechamber where you guys were before. And
Follow him closely.
that is the right room. Sitting room. He'll take you to a sitting room. And you say 1 minute. He says, "Let me inform the Baron," and he'll be gone. And you'll have a couple minutes here. You can look around. It's a nice place. And then, unless you choose to do anything else, then he'll arrive back after a period. Yes, but the Baron would be delighted if you would join him in his library. Do you believe that it would be more comfortable there? Would you follow me?
Lead the way.
Hmm. Sorry, in his study, which is there. Okay, so he takes you out. Uh, Someone decided to make a whole big map for this. Takes you out up to the second floor. You arrive at the top of the second floor, and he guides you down the hall into A11. You also can see the rest of the hall here. There's another door there. You guys can see some doors here. You see down here. There we go. Lots of stuff that you could have seen. Do 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 do. And I half expect him to go crazy at some point and start smashing stuff, so that's why I'm preemptively showing what you might want. All right. And there is a 11. And in there, you see what appears to be a study. There's a long desk, wooden cabinets of ledgers, notes. It's a complete mess. The Baron currently spends his time here, and he appears to be looking through different volumes while here. But he's put aside, and he looks up when you guys enter. Yes, I've heard there's been progress. What can I? Tell me more.
I bow smartly.
Oh, wait, my manners. Thank you for coming to the manor.
Good Lord
My
Baron.
name is Stefan. You may call me Baron Berioni. Maybe one day Stefan.
Very good, Sir Baron.
Yeah.
Came to update on the progress of our investigation. And we believe that we've solved the cases of the missing villagers.
Oh, that's very good.
There was some kind of grotesque experimentation happening in the basement floor of Chandler. It involved some fey creature which called itself a lurker.
A
Lurker of
fey?
the night, yes.
Is Riches, you know its name?
I have no idea. Henry, did you catch the creature's name?
There wasn't much time to look into it, really, was there? It's sort of attacked us, and we tried to defend ourselves as best we could, and it disappeared off. So, sort of the loose end, as it were. But
And as I was saying, truly grotesque things were happening. It was people being boiled alive in vats of molten wax, and there were corpses stacked up inside one of the closets, and there was some kind of ritual circle that we couldn't determine the use of, but it was covered in blood and human viscera. We fought this creature to a standstill and disappeared in a wave of light.
Oh, yes, that's that's shocking.
Truly shocking. But
could I have, whilst we were discussing this fake creature, can I sort of detect any hint of recognition that he already knows anything about, and especially when we say we didn't know anything, like we didn't get much information from the fey creature. Is there a look of relief on the Baron's face?
You can toss a perception check, and I'll see what happens.
This isn't going to go well, but you know,
I see a
22.
20 there. Was that 10?
22 for me.
22. All right. Well, Tim, at least you notice the first thing you know would be that the books are almost exclusively dealing with the shadow realm and like matters of arcane esoterica. And you see, you also seem to note that Baron Stefan doesn't have a shadow yet, somehow. There's no, oddly, irregularly, in the lantern light, things that have shadows that would imply that you should see his shadow seem not to give him a shadow. Regarding specifically the queries that you've presented him, he's clearly surprised when you mention the Fae and all a bit disturbed by these revelations. He doesn't seem to be disturbed either way when he finds out that the Fae did not mention him too much or any sort of specifics about him. That but at the end he seems stilted, as if somehow he's not entirely sure how to proceed exactly with this revelation.
I continue.
Makes two of us.
We also encountered a shadowy spirit creature basement, which Henry believes sprang forth from the body of Catalina, died from the. And this fake creature was purporting to cure the disease.
Yes, but well, it does check out. Well, you see, when at the onset of the disease, I mean, well, as you can see around me, well, the library is here, and well, I'm the most learned man, so I was trying to understand the origins of this disease, and well, I met the creature who claimed to be able to cure the disease, so and did a contract with him to cure the disease, and well, he had my authority to go around town and investigate the disease and attempt a cure. I didn't realize he'd so brutally taken advantage of my generosity.
This is truly unbelievable. How could he have betrayed you in such a vicious manner?
But this wasn't necessarily a binding contract, and the Fae out of the Fae realm, they behave erratically. So
I should impress upon you, this scene was grisly, beyond even our descriptions.
yes,
And as far as I can tell,
I suppose it made a bit of a mess of things there.
as far as I can tell, he had no success. There were no cures. Even his close associates have not.
So you say that, but you don't suppose that the ritual somehow would be for a cure, or did it seem sort of like a summoning sort of ritual, or some sort of nefarious construct?
I'm afraid that's far beyond my ken. Henry, what were your thoughts on the?
We didn't really observe the ritual per se, but a combination of a lot of ash on the ground, a lot of blood around the place, and a lot of dead people. I can't think of many good rituals that normally involve lots and lots of sacrifice, bleeding, and murder. You know, it's not normally a good thing.
So you guys could make a diplomacy check. I don't think you're trying to intimidate or accuse him exactly, right? So I
Not
think
yet.
diplomacy is the
No.
call. Okay. So if you make a diplomacy check, that would be appropriate for this line of questioning.
All right, I'll try to aid. I failed aid.
It's not going so well.
It doesn't say the DC. Do I have a? Can't exactly find what the DC is. There's probably a set DC. Actually, this is probably supposed to just be. I understand now. Okay. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't a good roll. Let's face it.
Yeah. Right. So you mentioned so you had just asked about the shadows, right?
Just getting something.
Yeah. On mentioning the shadows, well, yes, we sort of thought there might be something from the shadows coming. So that's also what Ilkos. So the agreement was partially for Talithor, but also largely he was supposed to take actions necessary to keep everything safe and secure from the unsettling shadows. I don't know if you've noticed, but they are darker around here than in other places.
Can't say I had noticed the shadows be darker, but fair enough. I suppose you keep it pretty well lit, so harder to see. A lot of contrast and everything anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah. I think back
good
to
work.
I think back to my readings. If I have ever read about a creature that doesn't cast a shadow, like
You have, um,
I don't know if that's a like religion
however, he
rule.
doesn't. Yeah. I mean, religion would work.
12.
Right. I mean, you recall that like the lack of a shadow is often a sign that one has betrayed themselves for some other being. It sometimes is associated with like certain entities can steal shadows to have control over persons, but not specifically. I mean, religiously, there's not much about specific creatures with or without shadows.
All right. So Baron, do you have any other directions that we can follow leads in for the tallow throat?
Well, but what everybody has probably already said, it seems that the tallow throat doesn't affect the fetchlings. And well, I thought that it was spread by the fetchlings because it was some of the first cases were actually in my staff. So I got rid of the fetchlings from the castle. But maybe the source actually is in this building. So I suppose, and he'll snap his fingers and summon his butler, whose name I don't have directly in front of me, so I don't exactly remember it. But yes, you'll be shown around. Well, we'll find someone, and you can have a tour, I suppose. If anything stands out to you, maybe that would help.
Oh, very good. That would be wise for
Most
us to have a
useful.
look around.
All right.
I was just slightly curious. Did Ilquos approach you about these things?
Well, no, I was. Well, I was attempting to find some sort of like guardian to help. So it's
Oh, I
following
see. So you
a
were
bit of a ritual.
searching around for Got you.
for aid. So, well, maybe he was searching for someone that was searching for aid, but he did not
Right,
really
yeah.
approach me exactly.
No, but you found each other looking for, well, you looking for to find someone to help deal with all of these shadows and
Exactly.
problems. So that makes sense. When you're a bit over your own head, calling outside help, I suppose.
I don't think anybody's head is quite in on this. It's quite a time. Anyway, well, I appreciate your aid, and well, maybe you can finally. Maybe you would also be my next source of aid for fending off the shadows. Well, it seems likely we might still be under siege from them.
Yes, I don't think
Why
our
don't you go
has
off
any
and
success.
see what you can find? I'm not sure exactly if it's right to think of this as sort of an external sort of invasion. I think maybe it's of a more supernatural origin.
I would agree. Right, well, very good, Sir Baron. We'll start as soon as you can find us something to show us around the.
Yes, yes. Well, Laurento is just at the door. I mean, he'll show you around. Laurento, if you could give him a show.
Right, well,
And
Really
yeah, he'll
appreciate your time. We'll
open the
we'll
door.
let you know if we find anything else of value. Don't you worry.
All right. Well,
oh, Baron, one more thing. I've heard that there's been trouble getting mail in and out. What's the reason for that?
yeah. So the travel is quite restricted. I've stopped my guards from. Well, my channels aren't actually traveling out. A lot of them have been infected, and the other villages have gotten wind, so they're not sending much in until the situation's under control.
I see. All right, thank you. And I go to follow the butler.
Well, yes, and the butler said, yes, well, self and generous of the Baron. I hope you enjoy the show. First off, we have over here the library. I'm sure that you might find yours here. And he opens the door to A12. Where you see walls
Another
on
room.
walls of books. Uh, it's a little bit decrepit. It's been around for a while, so it smells quite musty. There's some dusty armchairs, and if you look around, there's all sorts of histories and various like stories, narratives, all sorts of things.
I reach into my pack and pull out my magnifying glass.
All right.
This looked like just more normal books. There, it looks like all of the magic, dark, shadowy stuff is next door in the study.
Yeah. Yep. You see a few books left out, a short history of us clans, and the Umbra Leaves, which happens to be Zonkuthon's holy text, and Sojourner of the Sunless Waste. Some sort of journey to the Shadow Plane story.
I make my way around the outskirts of the room, examining all the shelves.
Right.
25.
Well, you can identify that some of the shelves have been like seen a lot more use recently, and yeah, I mean, some of the titles that you recall from the Baron's library would roughly match up with these. And the books that lying out on the table also seem to have been like recently used. But aside from that, it's a regular library.
Take a look, cursory books that have been recently. Browse them for
Yeah,
anything
that's a
strange.
short history of Uslands, the Zon-Kuthon's holy text, which is called The Umbral Leaves, and Sojourner in a Sunless Waste, an account of the Shadow Plane.
Henry, do you see any magic in this room?
One excellent question. Yeah, I will pull up a little detect magic. Is the butler's guy still here?
Yeah, yeah. He's just casually waiting. It's like, yes, that's you leave.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna cast detect magic and just look over to him and just sort of, whilst we're just double check no one's left any nasty booby traps for the Baron or anything. I can't imagine how the hell they would, but forgive me, just a little detect what I see. Do I detect
toss
any
a roll.
magic in this room?
Nope.
Fair enough. Ah, no, all clear. No magics in here. I'm gonna the journey to the Shadowfell. Can I just skim through it and just is this like purely fiction or is there fact in there?
It's presented as an actual journey that actually happened during the Age of Anguish. You've maybe heard reference of this particular work before. It's considered like pseudo mythical, but likely to have like authentic origins.
Okay.
It depends on the specific text and who the copyist is, etc.
Don't see anything strange in here. Butler, would you bring us to the next room?
Of course, of course. And he'll point down to the end of the hall and say, "Well, the guest rooms are down here. I mean, you're welcome to take a look." And well, the Baron hasn't specified if you'd be staying with us, but yeah, they're open for you. Otherwise, we could continue down the hall this way where we came.
I'll walk
Yeah,
up,
I should like.
walk down the hallway, poke my head into.
Yeah,
I dare say. Sorry,
they
yeah,
look
go ahead.
like guest rooms. They got beds. They smell not particularly well used, a bit mothy, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll just chat with that. I don't suppose with Tower Throat going round, there's been many visitors or much call to use these for a good long while, I dare say.
Oh, no, sir. Also, well, you might not have noticed. It's a bit of a journey, so we like to make ourselves available to when there is, at the time. What?
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
sorry I
well,
can't be taking more advantage of this your hospitality under better conditions, but needs must. We'll see what's going on.
well then, let's head on, and he'll show you this other fun room. He'll show you the Baron's chambers. He'll open the door, and just indicate to it. He's like, yes, well, this is where the Baron makes his typical residency. I'd appreciate if we didn't spend too much time here and move forward. And you see like a bed. There's a staircase that goes up to a tower above. Um, yeah, that's it.
I use my magnifying
You
glass and just closely look over the walls and the furniture. Buttons. Suspicious.
you can look around there, and well, like the Baron knocked before entering, and Anya greets you and says, "Yes, well, welcome. But this is Merrick," and she'll show you their recent baby. She's like, "Yes, well, um, but I take it you'll be aiding us in this time of trouble.
Yes, the
We thank you for your
Baron
compassion."
has given us task to Anna Strange as the first tallow throat outbreak happened with Anna.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm
Well,
just
we've
looking
recently
along the wall.
renovated this for the. We've recently renovated this for the baby, so that they sleeps upstairs. And it's almost her nap time, so well, you can look around, I suppose. You gotta check all the corners. We have nothing really to hide, but but to be brief,
Oh, of course.
clearly not super comfortable with strangers in her personal space.
Of course, Baroness. We're sorry to injure. It's
Yeah,
all the
is
town.
this perception roll for? Is this perception roll for this?
Yes, 16.
Okay, 16. Yeah, it's a bedroom. That there's a baby that also lives upstairs. It looks used. There's a beautiful stained glass work upstairs. Really looks like people invested heavily into this baby,
So we
as parents do.
examine the
Sure.
tower.
You already. That's part of the bedroom.
I look out the stained glass
Doesn't.
window, take in the vista.
It's a nice view. Nice view of the village, especially in the daylight. Now that you mention it, it does seem to be a little bit of a gloom over the place, but
I wave over. Henry, do you see this? And I
What's
gesture
this that
to
we're
the
looking at?
outside. Look, it's only midday. Look at the shadows.
they do seem like dark. Like you can tell that there's shadows out there, which is notable.
That's unnerving.
Actually, why don't you? Would that work? Where are you? Yeah. Why don't you? Okay, you can see that in the middle of the courtyard, and you've seen through windows before and through doors and stuff. There's a fountain right in the middle, so I've uncovered it. It's A9. Um, and
Ah,
below
yeah.
you see a nice, beautiful fountain. Um, that you said you rolled a 16 there, Tim?
That's correct.
All right, so from the window looking down, you can recognize that the water in the fountain is not crystal clear. It's there's something discoloring the water. It seems sort of painted, or at least from a distance, it looks like it's not sparkling and glimmering in all the glory of a midday fountain. It's sort of doing the opposite of that.
Henry, do you see the fountain down there?
Yeah,
See how it pulls in the light?
it's in the dark, isn't it?
We should look at the fountain when we go down to the bottom floor.
Yeah. This was the source of the fellow throw as well, wasn't it? I'm sure it's linked, but it could be.
It's something coming from the aquifer. Gives water to this cistern.
Hmm. Could be. I don't
I,
like it, whatever it is.
I turn around and start walking downstairs. Sandals crunching against stone.
All right. Now you guys can head on downstairs. Sorry, there's a reference to a map that I didn't put anywhere. I'm just seeing if it actually exists in this resource. Just give me half a sec. It does not. I did not mess up. That's perfect. Looks like a lot of this is theater of the mind. Oh, it does exist. Okay, missed it. Good. I found it. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you guys can head on downstairs. And yes, not Ilquist. What's his face? The the butler will say yes, but there's a few places to visit. Is there anything specific in mind? Otherwise, we'll just counterclockwise.
Sure, this is everything on the second floor, is that?
Yes, so we've already seen the top half.
Alright, the first floor then.
All right, so he will take you here to A6. So here we have an armory. It's it's seen better days, but I'm still quite proud of it. And you see all this nice, beautiful red bear embroidery on the garments and metalwork done quite nice, and it's good stuff in there.
Pick
He's
up
like,
my
yes,
glass
well, I'm
again.
sure the Baron would be willing to loan you something for the service of the town if necessary.
I'm. Thank you very much for the kind offer. I've got what I need, but to know is
Okay.
this
All right.
in times to defend the village, or is this the Baron's? Is this family livery or?
It's everything. But some of them, well, that there is the Baron's suit, actually. And you see a nice suit in the corner. And the rest over here, some of the guards use it. Well, I myself have been trained, actually, with some of those bows over there. Um, yeah, it's good workmanship.
Yeah, that certainly looks it. Well,
Well,
good to know the place is defended anyway.
we should
It's got to be,
we should do some archery together, sir.
oh, well, I mean,
Something of an archer
after
myself.
we've cleared all the pressing concerns, and I'm sure there'd be time, should things end well.
And I take out my glass and
Yeah,
examine this room as well.
yeah,
Henry, do
you
you
can
see,
toss a roll if you like.
You see anything magical? 26.
Yeah, you see some nice weapons. There's some +1 swords here, and some +1 daggers, +1 bow.
I look for any curved elven blades, despite its unlikeliness.
Unfortunately, they're only standard apparel here. There is a chest with irregular weaponry. If you roll a D100, I'll give you a 10% chance to find something that you look for.
Yeah, I pull open the chest.
Oh
And I
well,
rolled a
look
10.
at that. I gotta respect that. I mean, typically it's going to be a 90 plus, but because you rolled exactly a 10, I feel like I never specified what side of the spectrum it is. So you could have a +1 curved elven blade.
Would the Baron mind if I
Why?
borrowed?
Why not?
Would the Baron mind if I borrowed this exotic weapon?
Wait, I'm sure if you stays on the premises, I'm sure he'll let you give it a bit of a run. And you'd have to talk to him if you wanted to have it for some sort of actual engagement.
Very good. And I take off my curved, like rippling steel blade and tie it to my pack and clip this one onto my belt.
All right.
Draw it from its scabbard. Give a few swings with it.
All right. Well, if that'll be all, and he'll show you to the next room. Oh, or no?
Well, just whilst that was going on, could I just quickly run an eye over some of the suits and just look for any signs of like recent work? You know, any of these things that have been used recently? I assume not. I assume nothing. But I just want to double check none of these have seen action. Like
No, in fact, maybe the opposite. There's
okay,
like clearly people try to keep stuff clean, but there's
yeah,
like not much that goes on here.
cool. I assumed as much, but
There's
it's good to check.
they're also like Tim, did you roll super high here? You did. Yeah,
28.
you can also manage to know that there's so the Baron has a suit of armor that's mounted on like an armor, right? And that's pinned to the floor. That armor rack has two other armor racks like similar to it that appear to have once been on the floor, but like a long time ago.
And I point to the floor, pointed at it. Look, it looks like there used to be 2 armor racks here many years ago. I don't know what that.
Yeah, curious. I mean,
Maybe they have a storage room where they parcel these things away.
Are you
yeah.
asking? Are you asking and Lauren too about this, or
Hey,
are you saying this?
I see 2 empty spots where there used to be racks.
Mhm. But yes. Well, you see, that once upon a time, the Baroni family was larger. There were a few brothers, and we needed more space. So there was one for the current Baron's father, and then the rest of the family had their own 2 armor racks. And well, there were some nice pieces back there. But as you may have already heard, well, the 2 other brothers, well, they've passed nearly a decade ago. Actually, it's almost exactly a decade ago.
Are they buried with their armor?
Uh, well, actually, I don't recall.
Curious.
So, what become of them? That's a good question. Actually.
Is there some kind of cold storage where you squirrel these things?
Well, we can look. We'll take a look around.
Very good. Please.
Yeah, and he points out the kennels, a 7 beside this, and opening it. There's enormous dogs sleeping inside here, and he just opens a slot, and they look plump, and the entire kennels look to be in just exceptional shape. And by the door inside, you see the Houndmaster Gerbil, and can't remember this name for the life of me. Lauren too points out, yes, this is Gerbil. He takes care of the dogs. He's really quite a good, quite an excellent hound master. And you notice he's a fetchling. He's the only fetchling here. He's like, yes, actually, we've kept him because nobody else seems to be able to take care of these dogs properly. There's that one. It's eyes off. It's Stefan's dog, and if anybody else goes in there, they'll attack them. And we have to keep Gerbil, or else they'll starve to death.
Yes. Would you mind giving us a moment alone, Fetchling?
Yeah, so I'll take a step back. Of course you may.
I walk up to the Houndmaster.
Yeah, what can I do, yeah?
I just wanted to say that this is an extremely well-regulated houndery. You have my compliment.
Well, thank you. I'm quite proud of it. And who might you be?
My name is Luther, and I give him a curt nod with my masked face. We've been commissioned by the Baron to investigate the goings-on in town recently. Right, Henry?
You the ones that saved? Are you the ones that saved my cousins?
That's correct.
You did, didn't you? Well, that's honorable of you. Not many would do that.
Well, they're in distress.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Seems the town's having a hard enough time without just picking on its own. Name's Henry, by the way. Pleasure to help.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate that. If I can ever do anything for you, just let me know.
Well, I did have a few questions. How long have you been in the Baron's?
Oh. I think I've actually worked for his father, so 60, nearly 50 something years, I think.
Wow. I thought you might know something about the outbreak of Allowthroat. The Baron has gotten the idea that it's spread rather quickly. And you've been in the Baron's employ for so many years.
It's just a bloody lie. But we don't even get it. None of us, not a single one of us has ever had the infection. So how could we be spreading?
What happened around here during the first infection?
Well, there's a couple of cases. And they noted that, and like it's obvious, like the fetchlings are like, that they're a race of related to the Shadowfae. And he's like, well, the Baron was saying that when anything that has to do with the shadows, it's got to be part of it. And well, obvious, right? So then when they started seeing about the shadows, well, then they sent us out. But what's that got to do with disease?
Well, a bit of a loss. Were the first two cases in the Baron's in the house staff, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just curious. Like, we're
Hey,
still trying
actually,
to figure out.
you guys have done a good 10 first fetchlings. Some people's been disappearing. You wouldn't happen to have been able to find that actually, Ed, would you? I've got a friend, Irani. She's vanished. And
Was Durrani
Yes.
one of the ones that was in the?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did find all of the missing people. Sadly, that one is deceased.
Irani's gone. I'm sorry.
I do
I'm
believe
sorry.
so. But
I need to go then. Sorry.
yes, consult the captain
I
of the
would love
guard.
to help you if possible.
Please, if you need to go, go. I think we've got things.
He's clearly deeply affected by this news, and he'll leave.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, even though she was clearly not affectionate, it is an impactful event in his life. And are you done with the kennels? Because if you turn around, Lauren too, like, yes, the rest of the manor.
I quickly look over the kennel, look for anything unusual.
Just a bunch of hounds.
Yeah, 27.
A lot of hounds. Doing the business.
All right,
That's
let's move along.
You see what we're saying about Tim's rolls? You see, this is a reoccurring event where Tim doesn't roll under 10 for like an entire session. Anyway. Yeah, so he's like, yes, well, here we have the drawing room. And where A5 is on the map. And, well, we keep some antiques here. And generally speaking, I mean, it's not a big the room, but we have a bit of a shrine for the rest of them. And there's a beautiful painting on the one wall with the Baron's father, and on the other side you see Beatrix, his mother, and the three sons, Olizolf, Enric, and Stefan, the youngest.
Oh, this is it's a lovely family picture, isn't it?
Yeah, a tragedy actually that there's only one left.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I don't wish to pry or be impersonal. What did happen to the Baron's brothers?
Well, about a decade ago, they, I guess they must have been out hunting or something, and they wound up. They rounded up here.
What do you mean wound it up? As in they were found and brought back, or what?
Well, yeah, and then well, they were deceased, passed on.
But no one knows what happened to them.
Well, well, they say that the bodies were rather mutilated. I think that they had come upon a beast or something when they were hunting. Yeah. Well, the father died, right? Like Beatrice and the old Baron. Well, they got old, and well, the age caught up to them. But then the two brothers, very unfortunate, they got into a hunting accident actually.
Very sad being.
Well, I don't really know it much better. The details have always been a bit unclear to me.
I walk up to the painting, visit it closely.
Is that again another rule for?
Sure.
What do you? Yeah, you look at the paintings. You notice that for some reason the eldest dog has the same name as the eldest son. Somehow, or at least it's phonetically similar. But aside from that, no, this painting is sequestered away in the drawing room. That's all there is to say.
Did they name their dog after their son?
Oh yeah, actually, the Baron, in memory of his older brother, he's thought maybe it'd be a respectable thing to have one of the dogs.
Why is this painting not hung up somewhere seen? Sitting room or lounge?
Yeah, well, the Baron. This was the best spot for it, the Baron says. There's other ornamentation around. It fits nicely here. It suits with the rest of the items.
I see.
And it indicates to sort of like a strange collection of antiques.
Yeah, I think the room's got a nice atmosphere as it is.
Well, if we'd like to continue.
I'm going to examine the other items quickly. A sheet from one, blow a bit of dust off the second.
Sure. Plates, there's dust on the floor. There's chests. There's a chair that has like a hole eaten through it. It looks like this is where just odds and ends that aren't used for the castle anymore, but are still useful to people, are kind of sequestered away. Old hobbies, etc.
All right. Let me take a look at the.
Yes, of course. And he'll take you through the courtyard.
Splendid.
Well, he'll take you around, I guess. I'm just gonna go on a limb and think that the main entrance is at A1. But he'll drag you into the courtyard for sure. And you see a whole courtyard that hasn't been maintained all that well. There's grass and weeds coming up through the cobblestones, a central fountain. It smells kind of mildewy. Um, the pipes seem to be a bit grimy, corroded. The water is dark, murky.
Interesting.
Now that you're even closer, it's quite easy to notice that it's like, and because you're looking for it, the water itself seems polluted in some capacity.
Do I see any magic if I do a bit of detect magic cantripping?
If you toss me a spellcraft or planes knowledge check, we can get an answer to that.
Why not, indeed? Right, where? Spellcraft is a 6. Play. Oh, knowledge of planes is 8. I'll take that. Where's that? You lost my mouse for a second there. Hey,
Wow, now that'll do. That'll do.
finally a good roll.
Yeah, you know without a shadow of doubts that whatever is contaminating this here pool is associated with the plane of shadow. You sense an aura of conjugation and necromancy connected with the plane of shadow.
Henry, what do you think?
Well, it's a bit musty. It's a bit it's not the freshest down here. Would I be right in thinking the family don't make so much use of the courtyard area? It smells a bit stuffy down here. Doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, we're short staffed, big factor.
Oh, of course, of course.
And well, the Baroness is with child, and with the Baroness keeps himself very busy in his studies. So there's not much need for actually. It used to be beautiful. It really did.
Yeah. When did it fall into disrepair?
Oh, well, I think a couple of years back we sort of waned off on it. Well, the Baron really wanted some kids to play in it. For a while, he maintained a little area over there, and he'd lunch down in here. But well, there's not much call for that anymore.
No, no. Well, bit of a sad spot for it to be not made full use of, I suppose. But
Pick some weeds out of the way
Wow.
and walk a little closer to the fountain. $26.
Yeah, you find weeds tainted with shadow.
Henry, do you have any idea what could cause something like this?
I will go over and sort of lower my voice a little bit. Just it's definitely contaminated. It's definitely been touched by a plane of shadow for sure. This thing is leaking out necromancy and quite a bit of magic. I'm not sure why or what, but this is definitely linked through to the shadows. I mean, I know it looks it, but kind of wonder if it's been, I don't know, it's corrupted the Baron whilst he was down here for a bit, or is it deliberate? I don't know. Hard to say.
Shut down the fountain, cut off the water source. That stopped this.
Could be a thought. My suspicion is not, but we could give it a go, couldn't we?
And I turn over to the Baron's man. So, is there any way of turning off the fountain? Are there valves somewhere?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's maintained for sure. I mean, we could disable it.
Where is it? Where is it fed from? Is there an aquifer or a cistern somewhere?
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I am confused architecturally how this would have ever come to be. Just looking at these maps, someone did not consider that. But yeah, so the water is pumped in from a cistern, and well, this is connected to the drinking water actually, but we can absolutely take the connection.
Well, why don't we examine the rest of the house?
Of
Come
course,
back to.
right this way, and he'll take you on out into A2 since it's connected to the courtyard. A2 is a dining massive dark table of wood, cherry wood, silver utensils, beautiful porcelain. Yep, they recently ate here, sort of. I don't know what time it would be. It'd be lunch-ish time. So there's a couple servants kind of taking care of odds and ends here. It's a regular looking dining room.
Is there a candlestick holder on the table?
Yeah.
Good. That's all.
I give a glance over
Okay,
the room.
good. Right. All right, and but I suppose Baron sort of said show you more. We're good with the dining room. The servants are here, and he indicates down through A4, and the kitchens are here. He indicates A3. Of course, you can make yourselves familiar as necessary, but well, it's a servants' quarters and a kitchen is what it is.
Oh, much obliged for showing us around. I'm still struggling a bit with. I don't suppose I could trouble you for a cup of water while we're here, could I?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure the kitchen will have a supply. And he'll lean over, open the kitchen, like, "Hey, can we get some water?" And they'll come out with a few glasses of water.
Oh, thank you.
Splendid. Having literally just studied the fountain, is there any way of detecting anything icky in this water?
Since you're like specifically know what to look for and you're attuned to such a thing, yeah, you identify that this water has residual um, residual energies that would match with that one, but it's not as strong. Um,
I put my glass of water down on it, not having drunk any of it. I pop my head over into.
yeah, there you find just a few smattering of servants playing around. They are irregularly playing cards, sort of whispering to one another, and it all goes silent when you pop your head in. And they see that the major domo is beside you, and they just sit there in shock.
Put my hand up. Carry on. And I crunch my sandals over to the kitchen on the stone.
Yeah, and so far you've seen no one with tallow throat. I just feel like I should mention that because it'd be notable relative to town.
Yes.
Starting to feel guilty for
Henry.
mine, but it's fine. I've treated it recently.
Henry, none of the servants have tallow throat. Right. Yeah, I examine the kitchen.
Yep, it's also, exactly what you'd expect. There's piles of bread, mead, beer, everything that you would expect to find here. It is just bustling. There's a cook in here with 2 assistants prepping for dinner.
Does it
Right.
look tasty?
It
Important
does there.
question.
It
Ooh,
looks
very
like
nice.
it's going to be some sort of meat pie with various other fixings and soup course. There's a salad on the go in the corner.
I Maybe we should try and invite ourselves for dinner then. It's pretty good.
Wild
Splendid.
horses.
Thank you.
Wild horses couldn't.
Suit yourself. I'm noticing the fact that everyone seems weirdly okay. I'm gonna take a deep glug from this water. I'm gonna drink it down. I'm thirsty.
Yeah, you can drink the water. It's fine. It's
Don't
drinkable.
expect anything to come from it, but I am drinking the.
Drink the water. Drink it up.
I turned to the
And the
Baron's
major
man.
domo was like, yes, well, the only place left it would be the cells. There's well, you see the holding for the town is here, so I think we just have one prisoner held at the moment. If you'd like to see it, it's not pretty, but we can show you.
Yes.
All right, so he'll take you down to A14. There is a token on the map. I don't remember why it's there.
yeah.
It must have just been from something else. Don't freak out about it. I will delete it.
Ah.
Yeah, I think that was a shadow token from the other conflict. Whatever. So you go down the stairs, and this is clearly the least tasteful room of the entire building so far. There is on the north side. There is, well, I guess what this would be. There's probably west side. My bad. There's a little shrine here. The entire room is dark. The walls are lined with hooks and knives and other torture instruments. There's a steel altar with blood and runes carved onto it in the center of the room. Behind the altar is an iron maiden depicting a woman in a bridal veil and a dress. This, yeah, that's the room. And the major domo will say yes. Well, above you is the treasury to your north, and then to your east are these cells. And there's a grate. You can see through the cells here. There's a number of uh, cells back here, and you'll say yes. And there, I believe we only have one. Some thief, I believe, was caught by the watch a while back, and they're held down there.
All right. I walk through the door, cells, pushing it open.
Yep. He's like, well, it's locked, but here you go, and he'll unlock it for you.
Oh, thank you. And I go examine cells.
Yep, and as reported, there's 6 cells with iron doors, grates, the works. They're all empty, except for the 6th. There seems to be uh, just this dude, unsavory looking. There's also a guard sitting at the where you guys went in. It's like, yes, welcome to our humble abode.
This man in prison cell for.
The guards have said that the town watch, they caught this man stealing. I believe that it was, well, a bunch of bread from the baker, and well, it seems to actually be a bit of a habit. He's also stolen from the butcher as well. Wouldn't want him to have us to steal from the candlestick maker as well.
I laugh darkly. And I turn to the thief. What do you have to say for yourself, thief?
You're still too few in my shoes, so I say.
And I heel turn and march back. Could you unlock the treasury for us?
I don't have the key for it, officer. But I mean, the tour doesn't normally include these parts on account of them being, the treasury. I'm sure you
I think
understand it's
it would probably fair enough.
vulnerability.
I just
But you can see like inside, like this front door, it's the same as it's like a graded door, so you can see inside. Like there's like 3 labeled room here, and it's they all like are labeled with like ages and stuff. Like it seems like an organized treasure.
yes, I think that we should inspect the room. I feel as though I wouldn't be doing my duty to the Baron. I didn't think.
Of course, I understand that. So you'll have to approach the baron with that. I don't even have the key for this.
Very good. Could you direct me then to
It's just,
the like where the water is brought in for the fountain?
yeah, of course. And he will take you upstairs and outside and around, dug underneath from an external access to the kitchens. There
As
is
Lucian's
like a
leaving, can I just quickly ghost sound to make a creepy knock on the inside of the Iron Maiden just behind him?
yeah. That's a choice.
Just waiting for everyone just to start heading up the stairs, and suddenly just
Let me scroll to a different page to
You guys-
triple
Dull and
check that
hollow.
nothing
Do you
bad
guys mind if we
happens.
take a quick break?
Yeah, let me do that.
That's fine. Still not connecting me to Joel's camera. Don't know why.
Have you not seen him this whole time?
It's like it keeps giving me the square, and then it like looks promising, and then it just doesn't go.
Weird. You guys have both been great.
Failed to start camera error 2012. I have to like the fact that I was able to connect myself. I was just like, okay, fine. Oh, I'm not going to delay things anymore to just do BS technical whatever. Suggested, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Elements of this plot have seemed so familiar to me. And I just remembered. I watched an actual play of this. I remember almost nothing. All I remember is that there was a guy with no shadow.
Huh.
Anyway.
Feels like the water is the way to go. And
all right. Yeah.
Right, yeah, no. I mean, I wasn't. Oh, yeah. I wasn't expecting my stupid practical joke to cause you to have to go and look up stuff in the rules, but sure.
I was double checking a thing, and it's great that I did. As
Oh,
when
have
you
I
are
accidentally
knocked,
killed all of us? That's good.
when you're knocked, rings out in the room. You hear an ethereal voice somewhere between your ears and yes. What is it? Hello? Who are you? You're not supposed to be here.
Very sorry. What?
Somebody, hey, Lauren too. What are these people doing here? And Lauren two spins around and says, "Oh, yes, but everybody, well, this is what is her name? This is Evgania. Evgania is Stefan's mother. Wait, Stefan's maiden. What is a maiden aunt? Wife's aunt? Is it Stefan's wife's aunt? She chose
Apparently it's an
well, she
aunt who's never
chose to be.
married.
Oh, that makes sense. She chose to become a bride of Zon Kuthan. I'm not sure if you're familiar, and if either of you are familiar with, or like if either of you worship Zon Kuthan or have religious knowledge associated with that, you would know roughly what this is.
I know a bit about it.
Right.
I have a 6 in knowledge religion, but I do not think I follow the creepy murderous motherfucker.
Anyway, so what happens here? Evgania, was a fanatic devoted to the Midnight Lord. She had many suitors and was incredibly beautiful, but she chose to proclaim herself bride of Zon Kutan and undergo the ritual to become the bride of the Midnight Lord. And she was imprisoned willingly in an Iron Maiden, where she subsisted solely on her faith for 3 weeks before succumbing. And today her spirit remains affixed to the maiden, refusing to leave it where she had died. So you are interacting with the ghost of Stefan's wife's aunt.
Oh, my lady bride of Zon Kuthan.
Yeah.
Yes, we are here under permission of the Baron. come to
All
investigate.
right. Now, has Stefan finally done something useful?
Well, I should hope so. We're looking to investigate the outbreaks in the surrounding area. He says he's
Yeah,
sweating.
he's mentioned that much. He's mentioned that before. Hasn't he gone with any sort of foolish plans again, has he?
Well, I'm afraid so.
Wow. Indeed.
Hmm.
Probably quite similar to the last one, I'm sure. Which what was his last crazy plan that he was working on?
Couldn't tell you. You have to ask him yourself. He doesn't tell me too much anymore. But growing up, little bastard, he'd go around and well, he'd just go around and then make his brothers hold responsibility for all sorts of things that they never bothered doing. Awful job he did running around, upsetting a whole lot. And well, since then, he's come to me with a whole bunch of heinous suggestions. Why, he once suggested that we empty the temple out, you know, that we don't need the healing from the temple, and then maybe we should incorporate other modes of healing. Ridiculous.
Truly.
And actually, I don't think he properly worshipped Songathon. I don't think he did the rituals proper when his brothers died, or maybe even for his father if I wasn't around.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed something upstairs. The picture, the painting of his mother and father, him and his brothers. It's stuffed away in an old antique
It's a
room.
beautiful work. Stuffed away.
Yes. I would have displayed it proudly inside of a sitting room or antechamber.
They put the room that has been hanging above the frame for the above the what's it called again? The place with the fountain, the courtyard, has been hanging above the wall for the courtyard since his father had it painted.
Truly.
Truly. I tell you,
Well, I
he's got
mean,
no respect for family
you
or
can
tradition.
see why it should hold pride of place. It is a beautiful piece. It's
That's ridiculous. A work like that, family heritage. You know how difficult it was to get that work done? We had to bring in someone and host them from one of the cities. And he gave me for 4 months doing that piece. And didn't even finish. He left.
I'm
We
sure
had to
it
get
cost
another
a,
guy in.
I'm sure it cost a princely sum.
And you try to say we should stick it around with the rest of the relics?
well, no, obviously we're not suggesting that, but that would seem to be where it
What's
has.
that?
I'm sure it's a
Well, again,
misunderstanding.
I thought that's what
I'm
I heard
sure.
you say.
I'm sure it was a misunderstanding.
But I'll tell you about this. What good's it made and noble if you don't even put a nice picture on the wall?
Very true.
Well, quite.
I also noticed.
How
Oh, go ahead.
when how far before the brothers' tragic accident was that painted? Because I mean, they all look absolutely in the peak of their life. It is a beautiful piece, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think that was done when Stefan, he must have been about eight in his teenage or somewhere. Quite early on. And well, I think, oh boy, it's a bloody name. I think Joseph and Henrik, well, they were all separated by about 3 years and 4 years respectively. So they've been in the early 20s. It's truly a tragedy that they passed. And I'll tell you what,
Certainly.
Joseph would have made an excellent Baron. He should have been it. He should have survived. Can't imagine how he managed to get himself ill. Strong lad. When Stefan
Ill?
gets ill, what happens?
Wait, ill? I heard that they died in a hunting accident.
Well, I was a bride at the time, so I can't tell you much about this, but they told me that he went ill and passed on.
Oh, that's very sad.
Well,
What was
but he
the
never did do the rituals down here. He never came down here with the bodies.
what
And I would
was
have
the
seen if he did
illness?
that. I would have seen if he did the. Well, I don't know. I didn't say something about he's coughing up his left lung. No, his right lung is also. So I don't know what sort of illness is that.
It was very touching that he named his hound after his brother. Quite touching, eh?
Yes. Yes. You can tell he always thought he was worse. And he was worse. Tell you what, bills up. He was a great, excellent, excellent son. And it's good that the Baron respects that and uses that name well enough. I believe it's his favorite hound, actually. So I don't see it demeaning at all, actually. I see it as rather respectful.
Well, at least there's some
So
threads
I'm
around. Oh,
kind of
we must apologise for disturbing your rest. Anyway, we will leave you to it.
no,
Get on with our
not at all.
business.
Like it's very dull.
Oh, my lady. Oh,
Why don't you
bride.
would you join me? You might join me if you like.
Uh,
It gets quite cozy in here if you like.
I don't think I will. But have you considered moving on? Moving your spirit along to the boneyard and
Moving
facing
on.
Pharasma's judgment?
Leave this entire bloody family to rot and decay. I tell you what, I'm the only thing that lasts around here. I bet that bloody Baron won't make it out of his 60s.
Oh, he does have a son. Recently born.
Exactly. Who's going to raise a son well if the father turned into a piece of trash?
Well, hopefully the mother.
May as well be the screaming auntie in the basement. Maybe he'll join me. And him and I can reach the next generation.
And I'm just
Plenty
gonna
of space down here.
saunter over to the stairs.
All right. Yeah, it was nice talking to you.
Yes, it was very
Pleasure.
nice.
Make your way down again sometime. Good night.
I think we'll be back soon.
Or not. And the Iron Maiden sort of gives a little wiggle. You could swear it sort of waved an arm.
Well, rest well, my lady. I
Yes,
trudge
sir. I
up the
know what an
stairs.
Iron Maiden is. Yes, I know that doesn't at all make sense, but you could swear it happened anyway.
Yeah. I, well, unexpected, I would say. Well, onto the fountain. I still feel there's something
Aren't you
going on.
glad I looked in the rule book?
I lean close into Henry
Yeah?
and say, such things, they should not be on this plane of existence.
Well,
Ghosts and such spirits. They should move
yeah,
on.
no,
They should face judgment.
Well,
yeah, it's an odd.
you want to exercise it, Tim? And give it your best shot.
Yes. Alright, and I turn to the Baron's man. Would you mind fetching the Baron or perhaps the keys and examine the treasure room?
Well, like it says, I'll have to take you to the Baron. You'd have to ask him yourself. I don't believe I can broke such a request on your behalf.
Very good.
He would interpret it as me agreeing or something on this position.
Very good.
Yeah,
Lead
no,
on.
Kind of all over the place myself.
we can check with him in a minute. I think
Yeah.
if you could show us the water and then we'll check in with the Baron. That sounds
Yeah.
reasonable enough.
He takes you outside through the kitchen. There's a cistern outside the kitchen to make it easy for the kitchen staff to get to it.
Perfect.
It looks like the roof's draining here. And the water, it's a bit cloudy, but it roughly looks functional.
Alright, why don't we shut off the water from here? Examine the fountain more closely once it's drained.
Sure. There's an ingenious portion of the cistern that's higher up, providing a source of pressure for the water source below. And it looks like it gets refilled by this pump to the side. And you can turn it off.
Deactivate that. Hit the lever.
Yep.
Crank.
For sure. And you hear nothing. The pipe work kind of just does a little shudder. And now the fountain's off.
Right, back to the manor. I trudge over.
Mm-hmm. And the major domo will guide you upstairs, as before, to the study. Knock on the door. And the
I
Baron
thought we
will
were looking at the
meet you.
fountain.
Oh. I thought you were going to see the Baron, but sure, you can go make your way to the fountain. And the fountain is stopped. You can see quite clearly the fountain is. The pool is still dark, contaminated, but the fountain itself is no longer fountain.
I take up my magnifying glass, walk up to the fountain, examine it quite closely, and walk up and look into the pipework.
If you really feel bold, you can make a roll, but
Funny.
it's a pipe. It looks more heavily corroded than one might expect, but it's equivalently or even more tainted than earlier. The water.
Henry, I can't say anything particularly strange about the fountain itself. Perhaps it's just a manifestation.
Could be. I wonder about the water in general.
Well, it seemed clear enough at the aquifer.
That's true. Well, if you want to go and have a look at the treasury, feel free. I might still have a look around at that. I can't say why. I just feel there's something to be seen there. But you, by all means, you take a look at the treasury, see what's down there, and
All right, Stuart, where are
can
you
I
able to?
explain it? Well, at the moment, I'm still at the fountain, but I'm proposing to go back to like the cistern and where the water source was, and just like trying to figure, if it's just collected from
Okay.
rainwater. I don't know. I want to just have a bit of a poke around. I mean, I'm happy to spend a bit of time and do some detect magic, and I want to see like do I think the rainwater is getting contaminated, or is it getting contaminated in the cistern, or is it getting contaminated on the way into the house, or like
Mhm. For sure.
So yeah, I want to have a
You can
poke around with the
head on
system and the
over
water
and
supply.
investigate as you see fit.
Yeah, I'll
The
sort of.
major domo will step back and say, "Yes, you're free to proceed as you would, and you can come to me if you have questions. I would appreciate if you asked me to get the Baron, but if you
I'll
must go your will and way to the Baron, I can't guarantee any of that.
you take me to the Baron now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And he'll lead you upstairs and
I follow after.
alert the Baron to your presence, and the Baron will welcome you. Yeah. Well,
Yes, old Baron. I'm requesting access to the treasure room. I would like to examine it for any anomalies. I understand it's quite a private request, but I feel as if I would be doing my duty if I didn't examine it.
well. Um. Uh, I don't really. We're not really let strangers into our treasury very much. As much as I appreciate your aid for the time, but it's hard to vouch for you under the circumstances.
I totally understand.
Do you have anything concrete that you would like to investigate down there? Otherwise, I can give you a list of our treasury items, or just opening the gates and everything. I may as well. I may as well welcome the entire townsfolk to come in here and take a look and see if there's anything they'd like, right?
I can assure you I will not be. taking anything from your treasury. If that's
They
what worries you.
also very much would assure me as well. But it's a treasury, right? Not a tourist attraction.
Yes, well, it's I am hoping that I examine the entire manor. If there's any suspect things happening, and that's the only room that I have not yet examined.
Why don't you make an appropriate diplomacy or an intimidate roll, depending on how you want to approach that?
Sure. Seven.
And I'm afraid it's simply on the ground that you want to examine the whole matter. But I don't quite see what connection the treasury could have to the Talithra or the shadows that have come up.
Well, I suspect that you may have
If
acquired.
you could explain to me what exactly you think might be
I
the
suspect that
link.
you may have acquired some kind of cursed good or some kind of cursed unit of monetary value put into your treasury, unbeknownst to you. It's causing some kind of course, nothing to do with your good baronship itself.
Mm. Damn. You failed the chat.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, your
Well, okay.
baronship,
Let
I
me
will be taking my.
okay. Okay. Well, he'll address this. Well, now that you've said it, um, there is an artifact that we've worked with that I'm aware of.
Oh.
I suppose we could take a look if you insist.
Well, look, it is for your lordship and for barony. It's not for me. But yes, I would very much like to look at the art.
Thing is, it's just super not clear in this rule set how much he cares about this particular artifact, as opposed to how he like. So I'm not. I have some objections, but anyway.
Fine. We just need to see all the town's money and his gold-plated marital aids. That's all we need to see, and then we can go.
Yeah, 10% of your
Right,
gold.
but
It just went missing.
Let's head on down then, and he'll take his key and he'll take you down to show you the last few places you haven't seen yet. And after you make your way down, why don't we pop over?
I knock on the
moment,
door. Oh yeah.
because Stuart, you want to check something.
Yeah. Well, I figure I'll wait until the treasury's been just opened
Okay.
and then start loudly shouting fire, fire, fire.
That's a fine plan.
No, I was I'm going to spend a little bit more time and sort of using, I've got my sort of I was going through. I've got a grooming kit. I've got some merchant scales. I've got a magnifying glass. I've got a steel mirror. I can get some glasses from the kitchen, I'm sure. And yeah, I kind of want to just get a bit of a feel for, like, is the water contaminated in this system? Does it make sense that it's falling from the sky contaminated? Is it being contaminated on its way into the house? And I sort of just want to go around, sort of collect bits of water here and there. Now that I've got a bit of a feel for it, bit of a, detect
After
magical air.
a solid bit of magical dickery, you manage to, like, with relative certainty, establish that the water is most tainted by the fountain, least tainted in the cistern, and like middly tainted at like the reservoir that feeds the fountain.
Okay. And the stuff that's cut, like, that was available in the kitchen, there's a taint of it, but my sense isn't that it's like the water source itself is contaminated. It's just like this is
Correct.
kind of just leaking in from somehow, somewhere,
Right.
but it's not a.
There's just a little bit of bad contamination going on here.
Got you. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's not the cistern itself that's contaminating, like the town, or the house's water supply, the
Yeah.
fountain.
So it looks like they turn the fountain on irregularly, but because it's sort of one way, too much water gets by the fountain. So maybe some of it gets they like empty the fountain every now and then a little.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. And I'm pretty confident it's the fountain that's doing this stuff. Okay, awesome. Thank you. It's a good bit of. And yeah, I suspect that took me a little while, so I can. I'm spending my time doing that. So I imagine probably when they're going down to the treasury, I'm still there, comparing goblets, doing some detect magic, muttering away to myself.
Beautiful crystal glasses. You can see so well through them. But anyway, you make your way down.
Yeah, I follow him gently behind.
Yeah. He shows you down and he says, well, to a left and right, we have the fortune. Inside, gold, heirlooms, deeds to the properties. But what I believe you'd like to see is here. And he will show you A17. Here, this is what's called the Midnight. And you see a ritual circle of silver runes. There's an ever-burning torch in every cardinal direction. Yeah.
Yeah, I examine the circle and see if it bears any similarity to chandlery.
Oh boy. Okay. Right. So the Midnight Mirror, the circle does not have much to do with the one in the chandlery. They seem to be of different construction completely. That one is more, I think it looks like a pentagram to me. So here you have sort of hung up in front of you a large mirror in the middle of this ritual circle. Yeah, and the Baron points it out, and he says, "Yes, well, this relic seems to have some sort of magical nature. It seems to be connected to some other source of power and energies. So I've been studying it for a while, quite a while back. Well, I don't know. I think that it's connected to the events we've had so far. If you have any idea how this artifact might be operational, I would deeply appreciate that.
I think this is more of a question for Henry. This is not my area of speciality.
All right.
Would you mind if I went and brought him down?
Of course.
And I walk up the stairs back into knock, open the door. Henry.
I jerk around and splash a load of water down my front from a very fine goblet that I was in the middle of lining up.
Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. Oh, we've had some developments.
Oh,
There is this black, what the Baron called midnight basement beneath the manor, surrounded by a circle. I'm going to need your expertise.
oh, perfect. Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all. I'm sure that has nothing to do with anything of any relevance whatsoever. Does a midnight mirror in a creepy circle in the basement? Wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah, let's have a look.
It's in this huge room as well. It's got to be.
Almost exactly.
What news is there of the water?
I'm mostly that. I'm pretty sure this fountain is the source of it. I don't think originally I was thinking the water was the problem, but now I'm not so sure. I think this fountain seems to be the source of contaminate. The water outside is it's all right, but this fountain is dark somehow.
The
I'm
fountain
not quite
is
sure how, but it's
the fountain is close to being right above the.
well, could be
Anyway,
the
could
thing then.
you follow me down?
Yeah,
I'd like you to
let's have a
examine
look.
it. I walk down the stairs back into.
I will go and do that. Have a nosy at this mirror. Try and ascertain its purpose.
For sure.
I feel like I don't particularly want to use magic device just yet. That feels a bit presumptuous as a skill to jump straight to. But there's Arcana, and I've got other bits and pieces.
So are you making like it just looks like a ringed in chains. The inside the mirror you can't really see any reflections at all. It just looks shadowy, ever moving, void.
I would probably start by trying to figure out if there are like symbols and runic markings and stuff to try and figure out if that's if that's part of the design of this thing, and therefore can I start to figure out some of its purpose based on some of the magic carvings? If it's that kind of thing where sort of there's sort of elements of the spell that are written even in ancient language or magic runes, that kind of stuff. I'm trying to get a feel from context clues as to what I think this thing might be about.
Yeah, roll like religion for that or something. Or
religion.
spellcraft. Or spellcraft. Either of those seem appropriate.
24 on religion.
On religion, okay, and I'll take both rolls into account and give you the relevant details from both perspectives.
Cool. What's my religion? 6.
Okay.
Wow.
So, actually, considering the context, let me also check. There's other places where you could have had information, which you may have reasonably had access to. So, I'm going to see if that would pass.
And on the off chance that it makes any difference, my spellcraft would actually have been the same. They're both the same modifier. So,
okay. Gotta just find it. Right. Sure. Okay. So you learn that so from Tim, you know that the Zonkathon Church can make magic mirrors called midnight mirrors that isolate elements of the shadow plane as special prisons. This particular design, Stu, you recognize that this particular design is centuries old. It's an incredibly old artifact. You also know that like the technology to do this is still around. So like you've seen, or at least I've been made aware of depictions much more recent than this, and this is like a truly ancient artifact of its sort. Typically, these magical prisons are used to punish offenders of the church or its god. So they're extraplanar. The prisoners do not age and are trapped for an eternity of torment inside these mirrors. This particular mirror was broken hundreds of years ago and doesn't work quite right. You identify like severe damage to the mirror. It seems to have damage. It seems to have damage in the runes associated with like release of the mirror. So the areas of damage seem to be leaking shadow essence from the plane of shadow into the material plane. Right. You two are familiar with the mechanism for how these mirrors work, and you suspect that because the command word is broken, you might be able to swap with a creature inside the mirror. Initially, the mirrors only ever were prisons, so they're not supposed to have two-way traffic. But this mirror, you likely would be able to swap bodies with something, or like an element of a body could go back and forth at the mirror itself, and that this could last. But it's unclear how long this would last or would it last, and it depends. Like on the conditions to revert this is unclear. If you were to enter, and it's unclear what the repercussions would have should you choose to do so. And Stu, did you roll? What did you roll? 24.
Five.
Stu rolled a 25. Okay.
Yeah, mine was 20. Oh, yeah.
Your knowledge of artifacts and its construction, you know that the only way that these mirrors have ever been destroyed is when the mirror is entered and then destroyed from the inside. When the mirror's consciousness of itself is killed with a shard of itself from the material plane. So it is on a different plane. To kill it, it has to be killed with a shard of itself from the material plane. And that will break the mirror. This will cause the prison plane to collapse, and everything in it will be returned to its original plane.
Hmm.
Good thing you just rolled the silliest, highest amount of checks you can roll. This.
Yeah. I'll take the rubbish rolls earlier to get that roll right.
So, Henry, surely this is the source of the corruption. See the fault line, the cracks along its surface. It's got to be leaking out shadow energy.
I figure, yeah, this has got to be it. It's probably the source of the tallow throat as well, you would imagine. Hence why it's not affecting the fetchlings, since they come from the Shadowfell anyway. Not so
It's the
affected
shadow
by
energy.
it. Yeah. It definitely seems to be it.
From what I recall, I think if we...
I'm a leave-in.
Oh, he's leaving.
Ooh.
There. It's the
I
easiest
wonder
way
if I'm going to see him now.
There we go. All right.
See a blue box.
So, like you were saying, I think if we break off a point, destroy the internal construct of the disgorge its content, destroyed.
So Stefan is right beside you, right?
That should be.
He's like, oh, you
It's risky
you
business,
know
but
you
yeah.
know how to destroy this.
Yes.
Without we have a shard. I mean, it's broken. I've been saving its pieces.
We should
Take a look.
If we're going to do that, we probably should let the get the guards over. Maybe they could keep an eye on this side of it. just in
Yeah.
case. Sort of give him a heads
Sure.
up to be ready.
Maybe the captain seems very capable. The lesser guards, I don't think they would stand much of a chance.
He's gonna Stefan's gonna turn around sort of and like slide the door a little bit.
Maybe
shakes
not
it.
right up close to him, just a few of them around, even just with a crossbow or something, just and
But
then, I don't
Stefan's
know,
gonna be like,
feels like we...
there's something you probably should if you like the shadow plane will attack and well I think I've done some things to deserve it sort of
I don't know whereabouts Joel is.
can you not
Camera
hear
thing
me?
still isn't
Or see
working
me?
for me, so...
I can
Ooh.
there. Can you see me?
Back and forth.
What? Stuart? Stuart?
I don't think he can hear you, Joel.
That's wild.
No, I can't see or hear Joel.
Stuart, can
This
you?
is-
Yeah,
this
maybe
is weird.
Stu,
Okay,
maybe you should leave.
my turn to restart. Yeah.
I don't know how this was supposed to work. You guys were supposed to find this mirror somehow right away in my mind, but at the same time, it's hidden. So
And we had to do the house tour, of course.
yeah. Well, I could just give you guys free reign of the house. A bunch of clues and stuff. Stuart.
I can now hear you.
All right. Cool.
I
Anyway.
think I'm still struggling to see you for mysterious reasons. Yeah, the camera's still not working, but look,
Cool.
this is good enough, you know?
All right. So Stefan will inform you that he's done some terrible things, and he feels terribly about them, and they sort of involve the mirror. So it cracks, when he was studying it, and he met a character inside that was prisoned there, and then he promised the prisoner the promise that that he would be able to help him become king. But then they would have to trade bodies every 10 years, and well, he didn't want to trade bodies because he just had a son, and ever since then, there started to be shadows everywhere and Catherine, and he thinks that there's a being inside that's quite powerful that's been doing all this.
Let's see.
That would certainly make some sense.
It is very, very. He is genuinely upset about some of what's gone on.
So this entity spent 10 years in the body already.
No,
Oh, it is just coming up upon the time where you have to trade.
yeah.
How, what was how was this entity going to help you become king? Or was that not
it's-
He
clear?
took my body for a day every 10 years.
Oh, for one day.
But I didn't really
Has that
trust
already
him.
happened?
I thought that if I gave him my body again, he might not give it back.
But you've done it the once.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen to be the day that your brothers died.
It wasn't.
Maybe
It wasn't me if it was.
See. Well, I suppose he fulfilled his promise.
Than that, but yeah.
He fulfilled his promise to make you the Baron. All right, so
sorry,
I
my bad.
propose
It's 1 year. It's more reasonable than 1 day. It's
Oh, so
1
it's
year for
1
every
year.
decade. My bad. That's more reasonable than 1 day.
Well,
So you see, I would probably uphold the bargain, but with my wife and child and everything, a year, I couldn't do it.
the stakes are quite high. What do you know of the entity in the mirror that's been imprisoned there?
His name is Nicasaur. But he was banished almost a millennia ago, actually, and he's desperate to be free. He's brutally insane. He revolted against my ancestors and against the fetchlings. Well, anyway, and his whole family and all the fetchlings in his barony were damned to an eternity of torment in that prison. And it kind of got broken a little bit.
I see. So I propose that Luther, or Henry and Luther, travel inside the mirror, along with the shard, try to destroy it from the inside.
Very well.
Can you
Yeah,
offer?
I can't say I love the plan, but it's probably the best one we got.
Is there any aid that you can offer us?
Well, there's the blade. And you've already rolled high enough to determine the exact method for killing the thing, so there's that. Um,
Are you a magician? Can you help us with any?
this module's not even giving me a stat block.
What about your maiden aunt?
That's an interesting. That's an interesting thought that you've had there, Tim.
Surely she could give us
Um,
some protections
let
from the
me
Shadowfell.
look.
The favored bride of Zon
Ah.
Kuthon.
I mean, I don't know about you, but right now, with my beastly 6 strength, I was thinking of just lugging that thing on my back and carrying it through. What about you? Just stick the Iron Maiden up there and just carry it on?
We could ask her. She might be willing. Well, yeah, what? Well, let's go. Ask.
Yes. And
Ask her.
as I'm before the Iron Maiden, I give a bow. I say, oh lady, favored bride of Zon Kuthon, we request your aid.
What is it now?
Well, Henry and I are about to travel inside of a devilish shadow prison, and we're hoping you could give us some protection on our way.
Okay. Medium, blah 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 blah. Let me check if this makes any sense. Depends a lot on the reading of this exact spell.
Well, I think the most favourable reading.
Oh my. This spell is crazy. No, that's animated object. I need animate object spell. Okay. Yanking. Spell.
This is often the case. I know how the 5th edition D&D one works very well.
I just want the duration. Okay, so she can only animate for like 12 rounds. So that's probably not enough for her to move in. Okay, well, she'll say, well, I'm not sure exactly what you want from me.
I was hoping for heroism, protection from evil. Good hope.
I could.
Frankly, at this point, I think you'd take a peck on the cheek. Just something to try and give us a bit of a pep as we're going in. It's very much to try and help the family out.
We are trying to help the family.
Tim, look up deeper darkness, would you? I don't know what that spell does at all.
It makes deeper darkness.
And touch of law. What's touch of law or touch of dark? I don't think they're helpful.
That's a cleric domain ability.
So it only lasts in the immediate area.
Like touch of law, only last one.
Bam. I don't think you want any of the things she can do done to you, except for sanctuary,
Nope.
which doesn't last long enough. Just say, well, you know, probably if you bring me to the mirror, I could probably join you. That could be fun.
All right.
Why not, indeed? Well, we need to get a few. We need to get the odd spot. Get the. I think we should tell Lucan. We should get one of the others. Warn maybe some of the staff, and then we'll get going with this.
Maybe the staff should
All
keep
right.
distance. Why don't you begin the preparations? I will move the. I will move the Iron Maiden close to the mirror.
She's like, yeah, this will be fun. I haven't been out of this thing for. Gosh, I'm not supposed to ever be out. I think this counts. I don't think I'm making red. I'm sort of in the same place the whole time.
Shall I open it? Or
And I'm sure you know that the enemies of Zon are also my enemies, so it's perfectly within my rights as the bride to ensure vengeance is done.
should I
Um,
open it?
no, just push me against the mirror, and
So
just
I
pop one other.
gingerly tilt it back and forth and slowly walk it in the mirror.
That's right. That's exactly what you do.
I'm going to repeatedly play Ghost Sound again to get a little rock montage going to help us get through this preparation a little bit more speedily. Some amazing drum riffs going as the Iron Maiden's being wobbled along the floor.
So many words.
I reach into my pack, pull out a potion. It's like a greenish swirling fluid, and I press it into.
Yes.
Is this for now, or is this in case of?
I think right before we leave. I assume once we get in there, we'll be right in.
All right.
It is protection
So
from evil.
to enter the mirror, you can either be sent permanently by Stefan sending the command word, or you can swap bodies with somebody. You don't know anyone inside with which to swap a body. I'm assuming everyone's going to go in there permanently. It is not necessary to go in permanently.
Well,
Like you
Baron,
could swap out. So this would matter if there was a larger party, right? You had a party of 4, 2 people could go in, and then 2 people could stay behind, and then they could swap, or they could all go in, right? You see what I'm saying? But I'm assuming
Yeah.
both of you are going to go in.
yes. Baron, would you mind fetching us a shot of the mirror?
Okay, so yeah, you guys are prepared, right? Everybody's in front of the mirror. There's an Iron Maiden for some reason in front of the mirror. Yeah, and the Iron Maiden is betting that just her ghost body will get sent in, which I think that seems reasonable. But maybe the
But
whole maiden will be in there.
when the DM makes a bet, I'm comfortable with the outcome.
I'm probably gonna roll for that honestly, because it would be equivalently hilarious if the whole just Iron Maiden thing was just there, and you're
Yeah.
just like, can't do anything. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But we don't have time tonight. There's
I was wondering that.
it's a full session of stuff there. So unfortunately, in my mind, you guys knew enough to gain access to the mirror after our prior sessions, and according to the module, that was incorrect. So I don't think the session went poorly, but it does mean we're gonna have to schedule another. I think
That's
I mean,
okay.
we can start shortly. It's only 20 after 10.
Tim, the best. You're right. We'll enter the mirror. We'll enter the
Yeah.
mirror and then immediately leave. Okay. But whatever. I've already ruined it enough. We'll discuss the next session because Stuart has to go at some point for some stupid reason. All right. So Stefan hands you a shard. It's just a little chunk of glass, black, reflective, and not very impressive.
I tear off
He
a bit of
says,
cloth and just wrap it around, make it like a dagger.
Yeah.
Is it
yeah.
possible to take one each?
It is in singular here, so
I
we're
Okay.
think
gonna be treating
I
it as
should
a
take.
singular.
I love the moment when the person who needs to do the stabbing isn't the one who has the shard, unless we can fling a very, very sharp piece of lethal glass
Good thing
across the
there's
room
an
to the other one. It's going to be great.
incorporeal. Good thing there's an incorporeal ghost joining you. I'm sure that won't ever be an issue. Anyway,
Going to be great.
So Stefan hands you the dagger. He's like, I'm eternally grateful. I had no way of solving this problem, and honestly, this is more than I expected from you've 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 saved me more than you had any right to, and I deeply appreciate that.
All right.
Everybody's ready.
I will drink my potions and then use the command. and I take out 2 potions and drink one, and there's like a light glowing radiance around me, and then I drink the other, and my flesh starts to like bubble and morph, and I shrink down to a miniature version.
All right. He stares at you. He's like, "That's okay." Anyway, and he
I
utters the command
will.
word, and you see a dark flash, and suddenly you're in the exact same location. But
Alright.
looking around you, I mean, I guess I can put you on the. Is this hidden? I did add everything.
As
While
soon
you
as we
guys,
land, I will cast resistance on myself, but just as a, so I had it keyed up,
Mhm.
ready to go for like an instant resistance.
There we go. Reveal area. Get your tokens on the page. There we go. You guys should be on a black page with just a G1 in the bottom there.
Yes.
Yes. And with the dark flash, you find yourself in exactly the same place. The room seems quite similar to where you were. Right in front of you, a chain-bound mirror stands, identical to the one that you'd just seen in the basement of the Baroni Manor. It stands unsupported, levitating above a stone floor. The air is thick, nearly impenetrable and dark. The only light comes from the mirror itself, which shimmers with earthy tones, greens, golds, blues, colors you suspect you might only ever see from this mirror should you choose to fail ever again. Um, the flaming ring below you is ringed with pale torches of silver, although it seems that even that color is faded closer to closer to gray. And you've arrived at an imitation of the shadow plane inside the midnight mirror.
I take out that dagger that I made from glass, and I turn around and gently like slash it against the surface of the mirror, across and along slash.
It ripples through the surface of the mirror, and nothing really happens.
I cut it again, harder, deeper.
Nothing happens. The mirror is like intangible to you.
Guess we got to find this Nisco Nikasaur.
So I start
mean-
rushing down the corridor.
You actually need to destroy the heart. The consciousness of the mirror is the thing destroyed. Nicosaur is just a prisoner in the mirror.
He's just some crazy man. Okay.
Right. But you do also know that everything inside the mirror gets ejected.
Yeah,
And
that's
this
what
means it's time for
that's
me
what we got
to roll
loosened.
intelligence.
Stand guard.
I am going to make it, let's say 60-40 odds that a ghost trapped to an item, only the ghost gets teleported. 70. That seems like likely. That's 70-30 that the ghost goes and not the item. But that's a 30% chance that you just have just an Iron Maiden right at the door. And that is the outcome. The outcome is, in fact, a 26 out of 100, which is less than a 30, meaning that right beside the door where you came from is an Iron Maiden madly screaming to herself. I thought I would be able to move around. This is significantly worse. It's a terrible, terrible outcome.
Sorry, my lady, but I don't think we can bring you with us.
Well, I'm here now.
And
Just bring whatever you want to find. Bring anything interesting down here. I'll take care of it.
and
Yeah,
and
I think that's how can that be?
yeah, and I stalk down the corridor, see what's out in that direction.
That's a hilarious outcome. I'm glad I got to roll for it.
What were the odds that a heavy metal band would appear?
Probably like 1%. Sorry. Anyway, I think that's a good spot to end. You, of course, can charge down the corridor, and there's a door at the end, and it's ethereally similar to the vault door, but you can just kind of blast right through it, and you see the exact same symmetric room, the torture chamber as above.
But it's
A disused room, and where there would normally be a suit of armor is just a crumbling, empty spot.
I noticed that it is mirrored.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So
Cool.
we'll pick it up next time then.
Yep. So, Stuart, when are you're gone next week or for 2 weeks or something?
I leave. Yeah, I leave on the 15th. So yeah, next Monday.
Next
I mean,
Monday.
I
We
fly
can
in the
probably
evening, but I'm probably gonna be manically packing and preparing stuff before.
we can
So
probably just pick it up Thursday. The other session, like we yeah, we don't need to. We can probably just move that because otherwise this is gonna have to wait like 3 weeks or something, right?
You mean like in 2 days from now?
longer.
Yeah.
I should be able to do Thursday as
Or-
long as Beth doesn't give.
I think Wednesday might also be better, or not better, but equivalent.
I could do.
As in tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Be tight.
What
I
about
would struggle.
What about Sunday night? Does that work for Joel and